I understood the power of belief. And whatever you say, you believe it, man, it's going to be what it is. You know, your mouth, your tongue is powerful. You got to believe it. You can't just doubt it. You know, I talked about, you know, letting God know what you want. Just tell him once. You don't need to bug him every day about it. Just tell him what you want. And he's going to work it out and make it happen. So believe and just go for it.
Little toughness. Got challenges that you're going to run across.
Welcome to another episode of Elite Psyche.
Some people was like this, some people like, so I know what, I'm like, okay, who am I listening to? Because the government said get the vaccine. People are saying, don't get the vaccine. You're going to be this. You can't have sex. You can't have babies.
There's so much stuff out there, man.
Everybody was an expert.
Right.
And guess what? We human beings will pick one and we start listening. We already hate the government.
Right.
We don't like the government for one bit, so we gotta listen to the other people.
Right.
So I was listening to the other people. Oh, you know, I'm like, man, why are you wearing a mask until COVID? Pow!
How did it hit you, man? You talking about why you wearing a mask, and then next thing you know, what were you at home or were you just
No.
How did it happen?
You know, during COVID, only if I was still doing business. I was like, man, you know, this stuff in here. I drink I'm the immune system drinker, whatever. I black seed oil, olive oil, whatever.
Right.
all the right things.
Noni juice. I got you. Wow.
So I went on a business trip to South Africa. Had a great time in South Africa. Stayed there, and then one of my clients was like, she's in Gambia on vacation, helping her dad with the house that he's building. He's building a house that he wants to turn into Airbnb. So she showed me the picture. I'm like, what? Because I knew she was from Gambia, but I didn't know. And I've always wanted to visit Gambia because one of my clients, as a federal agent, he told me about Gambia. He went there for his wedding and did stuff and showed me. I'm like, man. And he knew a guy that they grew up together that owns a resort. So I called him up. I said, dude, I need to go. I'm going to Gambia. And he hooked me up with the guy that owned the resort. I booked his hotel and I flew from from South Africa to Gambia. Had a great time. And then on my way back to the US, at first, it come in, COVID come in.
Right.
I thought it was flu. I thought it was a cold.
A little cold.
I'm drinking all my all the stuff you drink, vitamin C. This. COVID is like, I got something for you. I got on the plane, still going through it, still didn't, man. And I fly in front. I don't fly the back.
I got you. You in the those big chairs. I got you.
So I kept telling the lady, bring me hot water. You know, they bring me, I drank hot water. Bro, I got to America. I couldn't move. I had to type it on my phone. I told the air hostess, call me those wheelchair assist.
Yeah.
They took me on the wheelchair, and then and I got to security or whatever, customs, did my stuff to get in, global entry or whatever, and they still stopped me. And the guy asked me questions about where I'm coming from, those things. Right. I answered, asked me how much money I have with me. I told him, because you gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Let me give you all it. You got. You gotta be honest, because if they catch you lying, they take it. They put it's written bold. Do not lie.
Right.
I told the guy how much I have with me. He looked in my store and he saw it, and he said, "Okay." And I just filled out a form and they let me in. Man, I could even go get my car from the parking garage. I called Uber. As soon as I was leaving, I called Uber and he picked me up. I sat there and boom, straight home. Got home and called my ex-wife. I said, hey, you know, call your ex-wife because she's a
Yeah.
medical bitch.
You're right.
You know, you're about to die, you know, you
Yeah,
call
exactly.
whoever.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you bring me? Because, you know, I heard, you know, Trump talk about malaria medication. I said, maybe I have malaria. I'm coming from Africa, you know.
Right.
So she came and then she said, let's do a COVID test. And we did. And she said, you got COVID. So immediately we, you know, did the COVID, you know, staying, just putting you in your private room by yourself.
Right.
I started fighting this stuff. And then again, you start hearing all kinds of people, all kinds of stuff. Oh, don't go to the hospital.
That's where you go die.
Bro, don't go to the hospital. Oh, the CDC is going to get your information. They're going to be doing, you know, just do hot water, do this. Man, I was doing all that stuff. Until one day, I'm like, man, I'm tired of listening to all these crazy people. I called one of my clients that I know, you know, she's been in the medical field for a long time. You know, I saw her grow from being a CNA to a registered nurse to a nurse practitioner running her thing, even her own clinic. Right. So I know she won't lie. So I called her. As soon as she heard my voice, bro, she said, Douglas, she started crying, bro. She said, you need to go to the hospital. You're about to die. I'm like, dang. I called the ambulance, man. I called 911 and they came and got me, bro. And immediately put the stuff, you know, to take out carbon or whatever. And I got to the hospital. I'm gonna give you this funny joke, right?
All right.
We see it in the movies and we like, it happened in real life. So my cell phone. So as soon, you know, I gave it to my ex-wife because she was there, you know, so she drove behind the ambulance. As soon as we got out of the ambulance, right, they put me in the wheelchair or stretcher. I think it was wheelchair. I just looked back. I said, I remember. She got my cell phone. Y'all see a girl go through here? She took my phone. Hey, where the fuck she at, bro? What you doing, bro? Oh, we in KC. What you doing? Hey, where my phone? We in KC. This nigga. Why you going to my phone? Oh, why you my phone? Why you going to my phone? Why you, bro? Why you recording, bro? Call the police. I ain't calling the police. This shit funny as hell. Bro, what are you doing now, bro? Where my phone at?
That's the kind of stuff you see on the reels.
Can I get my cell phone?
I'm about to die, but I'm taking my cell phone.
I got my cell phone back, man. I'm like, hell no.
You ain't taking my phone. I ain't dead yet.
You can have it after I'm gone.
But man, you were in there for a while. I mean, I'm looking at social media. I'm thinking, I mean, you in there like you talking like
8 days. I was in the ICU for 8 days by myself. Thank God for my cell phone. I got my computer with me, you know, and man, the nightmares you have because again, you're drugged up.
Right.
Man, trying to learn how to breathe again. I'm like, people need to know about this.
I remember you was talking about that. Yeah, that was.
Man, I'm like, this stuff ain't easy. I said, there ain't no, you know, I can't remember those people, the people that were what they call themselves, the mask, the people that were against the mask and all that stuff. They had a name.
Right. I can't think of it, but yeah, I know you're talking about.
I'm like, ain't nobody, you fighting this by yourself. Ain't no Trump supporter in here with you. You know, ain't no government here again. It's just you and yourself.
No MAGAs in there with you.
Nobody in there telling you, oh yeah, don't wear mask.
I'm like, that.
When this stuff gets you, you are on fire.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to learn how. I mean, people died because they give up on learning. Because you have to learn how to breathe again. Breathing from your nose, breathing into your mouth.
I remember you were doing that too. I said, wait a minute. I know Douglas has a huge following. I'm thinking, are they paying him to do this to make them folks go get a shot? Because I mean, it was like, I mean, for a while, and then after about 2 days, I said, man, this dude really.
Yeah, it was serious, bro. It was serious. And when I came out and I got home, it was even worse. I spent another 10 days at the house trying to recover.
Wow.
And then I realized the hospital released you to go home, but if you don't have that oxygen with you, because you still got to learn how to breathe and you need the oxygen.
Right.
Man, you could die at the house.
Yeah.
And nobody, so as God will, one thing about life, man, that's why it's good to be good to people, man. As God will have it, everybody that God put in my life throughout that moment, was very supportive. Even the nurse at the hospital, I hired her to come to my house and help me continue my treatment, right? To take care of me, the oxygen thing. Because again, remember, you're not taking showers. So, so the same nurse was washing me and all that stuff, right? And she helped set up my oxygen at the house and came through to make sure I'm good. I mean, and then my wife, now she came through, but she lived in Atlanta then. So she'll fly in, help do all the stuff. Man, to walk, even when I got back to walk up my stairs, I couldn't. I had to crawl to get up to the stairs, to get in my room, in my bed. To take a shower, and you can't shower, you can't stand. I mean, I had to lay down, take a bath, I had to sit. It was crazy. So I don't wish that on my enemies. That's why I have to get on the video and tell everybody, please, don't believe all these people telling you not to do this or do that. Man, I said, please.
You said that you like, don't believe those people. This is real.
They are liars, man, because this thing, I mean, we all going to die one day, but guess what? There's doctors, they figure this, and look at the stuff now. People could get COVID today and live through it.
Right.
There's already, they know how to manage it now.
Right.
So, so that, it's so important where you get information from, man.
What did you get from that? I know you probably got closer to God. Was it anything else during that time?
Yeah.
Because it was just you and God in there.
That's what I said to myself.
No Trump supporters, you ain't.
That's what I said to myself.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to enjoy all this money.
Yeah.
Because people be asking me, how come you don't live in a mansion? I'm like, no, I'm good. I've been in the same house since 2006 that I bought. I didn't want to buy a bigger house. My wife, when we were getting married, first of all, I'm like, okay, because before me and her, I've known her for a long time. And, I'm like, man, I ain't ready to get married. I've been married before. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't going through that stuff no more. I'm going especially when they put you through the ringer.
Yeah.
I said, I ain't doing that stuff. So, but when she showed who she really was to me and helped me, I'm like, man, dog, you gotta make a decision because you can't be single forever. Because all the other things, value, So I said, okay, I'm gonna engage her. So while I was in the hospital, I ordered a ring for her.
Wow.
I ordered a ring, and the woman said to me, I was in the hospital, bro. Ordered a ring, a 6-figure ring.
Wow.
And I started looking, when I came home and she was thinking of me, I'm like, man, when I recover from this, I'm going to engage her. I'm going to do it big too. I'm going to take her to Maldives. And I bought the flight, the whole thing, the hotel, all that, paid all that stuff while I was sick. And when I got better and I was able to travel, we did. And I engaged her there. I proposed to her in Maldives. She didn't even know. We just go on vacation, wanted to experience that. I'm like, man, I'm going to enjoy this money, man.
Right.
Because when you die, they're going to eat through that money so quickly. You'll be so pissed off.
You'll be turning over in your grave, like my man said. You turn over in your grave.
Yeah, same mind. So I'm like, no, man, I'm enjoying. So I even said, I did a video. I said, man, Douglas 1.0 was dead. This is a whole new Douglas. And that's also the power. Then also I understood the power of belief. And whatever you say, you believe it, man, it's gonna be what it is. You know, your mouth, your tongue is powerful. You gotta believe it. You can't just doubt it. You know, I talked about, you know, letting God know what you want. Just tell him once. You don't need to bug him every day about it. Just tell him what you want, and he's gonna work it out and make it happen. So believe and just go for it. And I said, man, Douglas 2.0 is gonna be different. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna make, you know, as lot of money as I can, whatever. And I just went to work. When I came out, just boom.
Okay.
So I found, and I wasn't looking, even though my wife's like, okay, now that we're engaged, we got to, you know, we're going to get married and get a house. I'm like, whoo, you know, when you hear that, you're like, oh, yeah. I'm like,
I got a house.
Like,
make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.